at the pay-per-view Slammiversary. It's gonna be a 51-50 street fight. And remember, when you come at the king, you best not miss. LAX 51-50, partner.
Oh, that's right. You were forced to retire because nobody wants your services, just like your buddy Moose. But hey, you know what? It's cool. You had a great career. I mean, you won a Super Bowl, right? Oh. Oh, you mean you never won a championship? Just like your buddy Moose.
I'm gonna squeeze all of the oxygen out of your skull. Because no matter where the time is told, in the end, everybody pays the toll.
Oh, hey,
we can
don't
talk.
vape her. Only me. I
Look at the rig on her. Are you kidding me?
You trying to steal my girlfriend? Do not try and step in my grass. Yeah, bam. All right? You want to wrestle me? I'll wrestle you the night we'll sort it out the ring. Don't try and steal my girlfriend. Yeah, bum. Come on.
Nice to meet you. I'm trying to wrestle him. I'm trying to wrestle her.
Who's your daddy?
Well, that's just Allie, isn't it? Doing the right thing. Where's that gotten you, Allie, huh? Where's that gotten you? Huh? Your best friend dead. And you ended up in a coffin. I'm gonna teach Allie that doing the right thing, well, that was the wrong thing for her.
Get some of this! Did I make myself clear enough?
Very typical of North Americans. One can't control what goes into his mouth, the other one can't control what comes out of his mouth.
Hair versus mask, 1-on-1. I take your mask and I make you suffer the biggest humiliation that any luchador could ever imagine. Your time is up.
You're listening to Total Nonstop Impact, hosted by Kyle and Trent. Follow us on Twitter at We Talk Impact.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to Total Nonstop Impact. This is Impact Wrestling Talk for Impact Wrestling fans. Right here on the Heads Network. This is Trent. I am solo today. Kyle, my co-host, is inconspicuous by his absence. I have no idea where he is. Kyle just said, hey, man, I can't do it today. You're going to be solo. So I said, okay. That's fine. I can handle it. It's just a quick review of last week's show. And I got my theories. I'd like to hear everybody else's theories. Where do you think Kyle might be? Leave me comments. Let us know. Tweet us. I'm personally going with he's off in a field and, picking daisies out in Long Island somewhere. Yeah, it's simple enough, but maybe Kyle just needed, a moment of peace. So, Kyle, if you're out there picking daisies, hope you're having a good time. We're here to talk Impact, though. Last week's episode was awesome. We're going to get into it. That is the episode from July 12th, 2018, as aired on Pop TV here in the U.S. Show opened with the OGs, the original LAX, making short work of some local guys. I honestly didn't even get their names, and some of the reports don't even have their names because it was damn quick enough. It almost didn't matter. So shout out to those guys for getting their TV spot, though. Pretty cool. But Homicide and Hernandez absolutely obliterated them. They didn't even stand a chance. Afterwards, we got on the mic. Kingston went ahead and issued some challenges out to Conan. Talked a little trash.
51-50, partner.
Basically hyped up the match for Slammiversary.
51-50,
And
partner.
so, now you have the Kingston camp versus the Conan Camp, which is fun, man. This is I said it last week on the review that it was really cool to see the original LAX come back. I thought that was a lot of fun. It was it's always fun to see nostalgia. This is a huge piece of nostalgia because LAX was such a big team for Impact in the TNA days, and now you have the same name, the legacy of LAX being carried on by Santana and Ortiz. So it's always cool, man. This is cool. It's young versus old, veterans versus the Greenhorns here. So it's great. It's going to be a fun little thing. I enjoy where it's going. The hype was good. It's been good. I'm hoping to get one more maybe video package, kind of in that movie format this week coming up. I'd like to see a little bit more of that just to kind of drive in the darkness and the heaviness of that story a little bit more. So I hope we can get that this week. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We have a couple days till Thursday Impact on Pop this week. So let's take a look what we have coming up for us. But after that, you had Alicia Toot backstage, who's the new interviewer for Impact. She's awesome. And she was interviewing newcomer Shotzi Blackheart, who got a shot at Impact via the Rise tryouts. Now, Rise is a developmental promotion for women athletes. They kind of in conjunction or, maybe on the same mindset as Shimmer, which is very well known to be the grooming factory of women athletes in the professional wrestling business, run by Dave Prazak out of Chicago here. So, if anyone knows Shimmer, that pretty much any successful female athlete on professional wrestling TV today has laced her boots in a Shimmer locker room. So that's always cool. Rise is doing something similar. Rise is going with the level under, like that newer than new kind of level, and seeing who's a breakout there. So Shotzi Blackheart was a breakout at the Rise tryouts, which I believe were in Philadelphia. And Rise recently had a show last weekend, or 2 weekends ago, in Chicago here. So with a co-op with Impact, I believe it was on Twitch. So pretty cool to see a tryout winner come to reality so quickly. And she's on TV. I mean, it was really cool. Cut a great promo with Alicia. I love that Shotzi was so excited to be there. The line that stuck out for me, though, she had a great line in there. I'm going to use this line. She called herself the mango that's ready to tango. I thought that's awesome. I don't know why I love it. I'm a big sucker for those rhymes.
This
especially
mango
wrestling promos,
is ready to tango.
Superstar Billy Graham style stuff. Man of the hour, man with the power, too sweet to be sour. That kind of, all those kind of corny rhymes, but they're great. So she cut her promo hyping her match, her debut again, which is going to be against Allie.
This mango
later on.
is ready to tango.
Cut from that to the OVE cam that featured Sami, Jake Crist, and Dave Crist, OVE, in the back where they're on the special camera and they're mocking Pentagon with the mask. And Sami, who is absolute goddamn gold on the mic, always got on there. And he's just hyping his hair versus mask match at Slammiversary. So kind of getting that a little kicked up a bit and, hyping, kind of feeding in for the multi-man tag later on the show today, on that episode. So from there, we went to Allie and Shotzi, which was fun. I mean, Shotzi looked great, man. I was super impressed. I was a little embarrassed. I haven't seen Shotzi. She's been around Chicago a little bit, and I haven't seen her until this TV debut. So that was cool. She was great. They actually mentioned the Rise connection. They mentioned Kevin Harvey, who is the promoter of Rise, a friend of mine. I know Kevin is doing some great work with this company, so which is awesome to see the partnership with Impact. So that is great. Shotzi looked good, but it was a great back and forth, good synergy. Allie really looked awesome here. Hit this awesome code breaker for the win. Went, didn't have too much of a time to celebrate because, of course, as Kyle likes to call her, the bitch.
Tessa Blanchard, that bitch.
Tessa Blanchard ran in and attacked Allie on the ramp. So she laid her out, hammerlock DDT. Tessa looks great. I don't think she's a bitch. I think she's great. That's, Kyle's, if you listen to last week's review, Kyle kept emphasizing the bitch.
Tessa Blanchard, that bitch.
I think she's getting to Kyle. I think Kyle's a little sensitive sometimes to the heels. So she's getting to him a bit. I think Tessa's awesome, and I'm psyched for this feud, man. I think Tessa and Allie is going to be cool. Similar size. It's a nice little different. It's a little contrast of style, power versus technique a little bit. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. From there, we cut over backstage to Grado, and he is confronting Mr. Eli Drake about Eli making a couple of moves on Katarina. He's kind of, giving her the eye, just letting her know what's up. And Grado jumped in, kind of confronted Eli and said, "Hey, what do you think you're doing? Who the hell do you think you are?" Which is funny because he is Eli Drake. But anyway, so from there, a little back and forth there. A little fun little segment. Joe Hendry was involved. It's kind of cool to see Joe Hendry. I don't know too much about the guy. I like to see him in action. I want to learn a little bit more about him. He's Grado's BFF, but there's a little something brewing there. I'm not sure. It seems like he's the third wheel, ... for now. So we'll see where that goes. It was funny to see Eli just kind of look at Grado and just sing, "You're with him?" So that was kind of fun. Eli's always gold. I mean, this guy is the best mic guy in the business today, in my opinion. So that was cool. We had a little jump over to Tessa, who cut a scathing promo on Allie. That was fun. I don't should say fun. Fun's not the right word. It was pretty direct. And but she's letting her know she's going to teach her a lesson. It was pretty cool. I think this feud is going to be pretty intense. I'd like to see it go on for a bit. I know they got Allie tied up in a few things, and Tessa can go on to a few more things, but I'd like to see maybe one more match after the one that's about to happen. So that'd be kind of cool to stretch just a little bit further. We got a video package highlighting the rivalry between Eddie Edwards and Tommy Dreamer, and that's leading up to their House of Hardcore rules match at Slammiversary this Sunday. And I said this last week. I love how this morphed from a Eddie and Sami feud to Eddie and Tommy Dreamer. I think it's like brilliant of the writing how they just were able to just smoothly transition it off of Sami and turn it into a feud with Eddie and Tommy. That came out of nowhere to me. I was like, cool. All right. I didn't see that coming, but that's awesome. I mean, I guess you could say you saw it coming. I didn't. I mean, I personally like to watch wrestling a little more naively. I don't like to predict much. I don't like to read spoilers. I like to watch Impact and enjoy it for what I know and how I like it. To me, that's what makes it fun. So, no, that was cool. It was kind of cool to see. It's been a good build. This has been a long story. It started with Sami and Eddie, so you can root it back to that. So that was kind of cool. You gotta recap that, just to kind of build this match that's coming up on Sunday, which I have a feeling is going to be really intense. So we are in the ring after this, to where Josh Matthews. We come back. Josh Matthews is there. And he is ready to introduce D'Angelo Williams, who's making his return to Impact after just about a year. Because that was last Slammiversary where he had his tag match with Moose. And, teaming with Moose. That was cool. I was in the audience for that. That was fun. I enjoyed it. I thought D'Angelo Williams kicked some ass. That dude was ready to go. And he went intense, and he worked really hard to get ready for that. And I thought that was a lot of fun. He, you could tell, the only spot he had wrong, that went wrong was the table spot. But who cares? That's the table spot. As far as the wrestling went, this guy did a great job, and I thought that was a lot. That was really admirable, and I was happy to see him back. D'Angelo Williams is definitely welcome in Impact by the Impact fans. I hope, not just me. But yeah, so he came in just kind of giving a little update on Moose. Moose is training. They did a little video package to kind of show you what Moose has been up to, and D'Angelo's hyping it. And out of nowhere, you hear Austin Aries' music. I love the way that music hit. I really think that the production team is turning it up more in the direct feed that's coming through the TV, because the way those opening notes of Aries' music hit just really made an impact for me. And I was like, oh, shit, this is cool. And the crowd responded. Crowd was great. They really were into that walk-in because I think it's been brilliant. I think I saw BQ from the Impact Lounge mention this, and I was thinking the same thing, but I saw him mention it today online, that what's been brilliant about the world title match for Slammiversary is that these two haven't been on TV. We've seen video packages, but they really haven't been on TV. They haven't touched. They haven't done the typical WWE thing of where they have 10 tag matches and, 2 brawls and 3 pull-aparts before their match, the following Sunday. These guys haven't touched. These guys have been face-to-face at the press conference, and then that's it. I haven't seen anything else. So that anticipation just to even see Austin Aries was awesome for me. And we haven't seen Moose, and Moose has said he'll be in the arena next week or this coming week now. So again, we stretch it out a little more. I haven't seen them; they haven't pulled apart. So that really hit. He got in there. He got in D'Angelo's face, let him know what's up. Kind of pulled him in, roped him in, punched him in the face, ended up kicking him in the nuts, and then took a chair to him. So it was Aries left D'Angelo laying. And basically sending Moose a message that I'll take your friend out just like I'm going to take you out. So that was kind of cool. Aries is, the guy's gold. He's holding gold. The guy's gold. I think he's fantastic. Austin Aries is absolutely one of the best Impact Wrestling champions, I think, in the history of the company. So I'm a big fan of Austin Aries. I might be a little goddamn biased here, but I think the dude's great. So, we come from there. He takes him out. Anyway, we come back with the Daisy Hit Squad and Falaba and KM. I thought that was great. I've mentioned I love all of these guys. I'm a big fan of Fala and KM. They're fantastic. I like the Daisy Hit Squad jumped in. I like those guys a lot. I love Gama. He reminds me of an uncle I have. I just think he's fantastic in his role as the disciplinarian Daisy leader. For those who don't know, just a side note, I don't think we've explained it. People who don't know, the word Daisy, which they end up pronouncing Desi, it's Daisy. So Daisy is it's like slang word for anybody from South Asia. So South Indian, Pakistani, we're known as Daisies. I'm Pakistani origin. My parents from there. So if you see a couple of brown kids who are South Asian, Pakistani, Indian, they're Daisies. So in this case, these guys are Indian, so they're also Daisies. So it's a Daisy Hit Squad. So if anybody was confused on what that meant, that's what a Daisy is. Anyway, they came in. It was kind of a cool little hype for the you get these two involved in a little bit of a tiff, which the Daisy Hit Squad needs. Fall and KM are super over. These guys have the crowd eating out of their palm of their hands, which I think is great. They're funny as hell. Great vibe. The two of them have their chemistry's off the hook. I think they're a lot of fun. But the Daisy Hit Squad needed something to come in and do essentially with some guys who aren't huge. They're not going to jump in there against Penta and Fenix, but this is a good starting point for them. So this is cool for them to jump in and get involved here. So hopefully we'll see a fight maybe next week. It looks like or this coming week, I should say. This next episode, which is going to air on the 19th of July. So maybe we might get the tag match then. I don't read spoilers, so if there's a spoiler out there telling me what it is, I don't give a shit. I don't read that stuff. I like watching the show as a fan should watch it. Anyway, coming back from that, we have Eli Drake taking on Grado because Grado was pissed that Eli was hitting on his woman. God damn it, Grado. If you look at Eli and look at you, you don't stand a chance. In all aspects, the female category or the wrestling ring. But it was fun. Grado's music is fun. He's coming out. He's getting the crowd into him. He's been good. So he was with Hendry and Katarina. So he was out there, pretty much got himself fed to Eli Drake. Yeah! So Eli took him out and hit him with the gravy train. I think Josh Matthews said something like, not the kind of gravy train he had in mind. So Eli's victorious. Short match, wasn't anything too long. Yeah! And after the match, Eli got up there and tried to get Katarina to, maybe shift her interests over to Mr. Eli Drake. Yeah! But before she could even think of it, Joe Hendry came up there to her defense. And you saw, it was really cool. It was really brilliant. You saw Eli kind of doing like the hand motion of, are you two something? What's going on between you two? Why is he so defensive? So I thought that was kind of cool. They're dropping the hints, obviously. We know where this is going. And we go from there. Badass promo with Killer Cross. I love Killer Cross already. I also love Petey Williams. I might be biased in Impact. I love it. I love all of it, man. Look, I've watched every hour this company's ever put out, programming-wise, DVD-wise. I've done it all, man. So for me, I'm a little biased on Impact, but no, I will call things out when they're not right. But no, Killer Cross promo, he came off great. I think he's off to a great start. It's intense with Killer Cross. He's got a not fun. I keep saying fun today. What the hell's the matter with me? He's got a very awesome approach to this character. And it is something I can really sink my teeth into. I really like the subtleties of this character. Like the subtle selling. You know, he's not too phased. It takes a lot to get him down. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't oversell. He kind of just, you know, he's a psychopath. He takes things not as intense as some would. I mean, he takes a lot to hurt the guy, which is why I'm thinking, hey, it's going to be interesting to see if Petey Williams can do something here, because Petey Williams has the work cut out for him. And it's kind of cool. It's a little veteran versus new guy thing. And I think I like how they played up Petey saying, this guy just got here and he's got all this stuff. What the hell? It's cool. It's like what you'd expect a guy in Petey's position to say. And that's what you want. And I like that. I like that it had a little bit of realism in that. So that's cool. I'm looking forward to this match. I don't expect it to be a long match at Slammiversary, but I expect it to be something that these guys really work hard to prove. So from there, we go backstage to Alicia, who's interviewing Matt Sydal, talking about his title defense against Brian Cage at Slammiversary for the X Division title. Sydal kind of sells it on the whole size doesn't matter thing. So kind of a long promo. I think Sydal's great though. He doesn't get lost, which I like. The third eye, the yogi kind of approach for more than 2 minutes can kind of, you're thinking, all right, you can get to your punchline now. I don't think he needs to go on as long as it did, but he's not bad at what he does. It's just, it's more effective. In this kind of thing, I feel less is more. So, right as soon as that was over, we had Moose give a call in talking about, he saw what happened. He's pissed and he's going to be here next week. So, good. Moose in the arena next week. Let's see what happens. We go from there. Alicia sitting down with Madison Rayne as she prepares for the match against Su Yung. And we get this eerie kind of horror movie deal here where, she hears something. Madison walks off to look for something she heard. She thought she heard Su Yung, and she comes back. Alicia's gone. So it's kind of weird. It's very much like a movie. Made really well. This thing had me kind of interested. Like, what the hell is going on? What am I watching? It's like a horror movie, like a independent horror movie. Actually, it looked really good, but I thought it was cool. We'll see where this is going. Obviously, Su Yung is supernatural in many ways, so we'll see where that's headed. She's got the scare in Madison, which Madison played it up really well. Madison was awesome in this. She played it up really well, and she looked great. From that, we had probably the goddamn match of the year, in my opinion, thus far. It's only July, but this match, I think, was the best thing I've seen on TV. Unreal. Lucha Rules, which means there's no tags and everyone is legal. Sami Callihan and OVE versus Fenix, Rich Swann, and Pentagon. This match, I cannot even put into words how incredible every moment of this match was. These guys, I mean, you saw super kicks, planchas, dives, springboard corkscrews, Tower of Doom spots, swantons, pile drivers. I mean, man, these guys went at it like crazy. And they just beat the living shit out of each other for, I think it was almost, from the entrances to the end was almost like maybe 15 minutes. They went hard. I have been fortunate enough to see all these guys in AEW where I'm a producer at, and these guys are regulars. I'm fortunate to see some of these matches before, the feuds with, this has been going on a while. This hatred of Pentagon, Fenix, with Sami, Callihan, OV, this has been going on a while. It's been carried over to AEW for years. So this is not anything new, but now it's on a bigger platform. And this is something that they get their showcase. And they're letting people know that, hey, these guys are willing to go to major extremes to prove this rivalry. But what a match. Obviously, the highlight, which I'm sure everybody saw, was the Crist cutter off the top rope, intercepting Rich Swann mid-air. And he cuts him 10, 12 feet up in the air. It is a beautiful piece of work. Find the animation, find the video clip. It's on Impact social media. It's been retweeted to hell. Look for it. You just mesmerized by it. It's a couple second clip, but you just can't stop watching it. So watch it. You won't be disappointed. This thing is unreal. I loved it. But this match really hit it. It was so much fun. But the end of it came when Callihan made the pin with Get Out of Here on Rich Swann. And he picked up the victory on that one. Sami needed the win. I think this was good. This is good that Sami won because he's going in strong, man. He's going balls out on this match with Penta. And I like that they didn't have terrible amounts of interaction. He kept them away, which was nice. Even though there was some, but it was anticipated and it was built right. So I'm really looking forward to that match. I'm predicting Sami loses his hair. We'll see. I mean, I don't think Penta's losing that mask. He's going to fight tooth and nail to get it. Keep it on. But we'll see, man. Either way, this is going to be a great match on Sunday. Show closed out, continuing Madison Rain out in this odd dimension that the interview area has turned into, which is like some kind of forest or something. She finds herself in the middle of a forest, and all the dead bridesmaids start closing in on her and freaking her out, and she's surrounded. It's horror movie. It's a complete horror movie. I think Madison played it up nice. She did a great job. I was really impressed with how well she played into it. But it was kind of creepy. The dead bridesmaids, and then all of a sudden Su Yung appears, and she's being super creepy, and this odd devilish voice comes out of Su Young's mouth and just says, "Your time is now," and she goes to attack Madison. Show over. Awesome. The build to Slammiversary has been goddamn phenomenal, man. It has been... I'm already sold. I have invited people to my house. I got people coming over to watch this thing. I told people we are watching this. I'm ordering this. I don't give a shit who's coming. It's being ordered in my household. I am sold.
It's a celebration tonight. Yeah.
I am 100% sold on this. So I am very excited for it. This has only furthered it for me. Everything about this show sold Slammiversary. Everything. Maybe not so much Eli and Grado, but I'm sure something will pop up for those, for in that regard, or it'll further something. And that was just a fun match to kind of do a little something. But everything furthered Slammiversary. You had a place, you had a time, you had a reason. It was cool. I'm looking forward to it. So that was it. This is my first solo cut. No Kyle. Again, Kyle, picking daisies, pick up a bouquet, take care of your mother, be a nice son, do good. But, so I am going to leave you with two things. The first one is your GWN flashback pick of the week. And the second one's going to be the Don Kellis quote of the week. let's start with the GWN pick. Being in the mood of Slammiversary, I am going with, I'm going to pick Slammiversary 2006. 2006, the headline match was Jarrett, Christian Cage, Abyss, Ron Killings, and Sting in a King of the Mountain match. One of the coolest covers. I really love the cover for this one. I wish I got the poster at the time. This is a fun one. About 8 matches. Joe and Steiner. I believe this is the Joe and Steiner match that had the infamous promo about him calling Joe fat. I think this is the one. You also had AJ and Chris Daniels defeating AMW with the tag belts on the line. Kevin Nash with Alex Shelley taking on Chris Sabin. Senshi, who is also known as Loki, taking on Sanjay, Alex Shelley, Shark Boy, Petey, and Jay Lethal. Rhino versus Team Canada. That included Bobby Roode and Coach D'Amore, who is an executive at Impact now. Team 3D, which is the Dudley Boys, defeating the James Gang, which is the New Age Outlaws. You have that. Oh, did you give that result away? Damn it. I'm sorry. But that match is on there. And then Team Canada with Eric Young and A1 taking on the Naturals of Andy Douglas and Chase Stevens. The Naturals are a very underrated tag team of early TNA days. Watch the Naturals. I like these guys. They were very underrated for their time. I enjoyed them. Check them out. This is a short match, but give them a look. You know, they had a good look to them. I think they even look better now. So Slammiversary 2006 available on GWN. Give it a look. It's your throwback pick of the week. And I'm going to leave you with the Don Callis quote of the week. So thank you again, everybody, for listening. Give me your feedback. I want to know how you think I did solo. I've never cut a podcast solo before. This is the first time for me. I know Kyle's the pro. Him and Chef, they've done tons of this stuff. I've never done it. So let me know how you think I did. I hope you enjoyed the review. Feedback, anything, get at us. We Talk Impact on Twitter. And we're going to go ahead and get our Facebook page back up with the new We Talk Impact branding. Hopefully by next week that's back up. Thank you again, everybody, for joining We Talk Impact on Total Nonstop Impact. We appreciate your listening. We appreciate you giving your feedback and spending some time with us while we talk about my favorite show, Impact Wrestling. So let us know if you have any questions. Again, get at us at We Talk Impact on Twitter. All right, everybody. Thanks again. Don Callis quote to sign off.
Joe Hendry's a handsome man and a talented man. Likes to sing. Women love guys who can sing, Josh. Trust me.